In this episode of It Came From My Side of the Laundry Room, I'm going to grab another fistful of Joes, so stick around. Hello friends, and welcome to It Came From My Side of the Laundry Room. Like I said, we're going to grab another fistful of Joes and take a look at them, play with them, and review them. If you didn't know, I keep my Joes in these little plastic containers, and it's the perfect opportunity to just reach in, grab some, and see what we get. So, without further ado, let's take a look at them.
Yo, Joe!
Well, okay, here we go. And excuse the paint on my hands. That'll be explained soon enough, probably in the next episode. So, let me grab a handful and let's see what we get. Okay, here we go. First off, it looks like we have a loose figure, and that's Dusty. Shoulder joints seem to be holding up. His waist is a little loose. Probably change the O-ring eventually. I got to get a bag to put him in. But he was a late loose addition that I got, I think last year. His cloth here is still nice and clean. In good shape. I guess if it wasn't clean, it's not a big deal. Because he's Dusty. He's out in the desert doing his thing. Seems like the emblems on his uniform are still holding on. That's weird. I've never noticed that. Red American flag, and it's over his collar where it got printed. That's interesting. Always a fan of Dusty. I wish I still had his gear that came with it. I loved his gun with the little bipod that it came with. Looks good, no real rust. Like I said, the only thing really wrong with him seems to be his, probably his O-ring there, and I can change that. Paint on his face is held up really nice. Looking good, just wish I had his gear, maybe one day. But let's just set him there. And the next one we'll grab, I'm sure you can see it here, is the 25th Anniversary Destro. This is... Try to think what this one came with. Definitely 25th anniversary. Maybe it was one of the comic 2-packs, I would assume, because it's a much different paint job than the one that came with the box set. More purples in this, as you can see, in his belt and his little webbing here, his boots, or yeah, I guess that's the boots. Almost looks like fabric, how they molded it. Like spats, almost. His holsters are purple. And this is really the first time, I think I've mentioned it before, with the 25th anniversaries, that I've actually got a chance to play with them. A lot of them, I took them right out of the package and bagged them. Because when my wife and I got married, My Side of the Laundry Room wasn't a thing then, and it was kind of need to downsize. So it's either sell them or get rid of them, or downsize them down to bags. And I knew I never wanted to sell them or get rid of them, so they got downsized to bags. It's weird. The actual waist itself doesn't turn, but his torso
turns. That's interesting. His turns there at the forearm. His broke his arm. Elbow probably hyperextended there. Of course, we have the swivel here, but it's not like the old school swivel unless you want to include the elbow twists. Still has the rubber band holding his pistol on there. Comes with another pistol, so we'll put that in his holster. Love his original pistol with the scope on it and everything. That's weird. It doesn't even fit in all the way. I'm sure these are common problems that people have already discovered, but like I said, this is like one of the first times I'm really playing with a lot of these 25th anniversary figures. It's like, that's weird how it's not molded on like the original figure. It's put in there with a little hole and a tab, and you can see that it's not a clean fit. You can see light through it. His head is not movable in any way, shape, or form. I guess that maybe comes with the chroming process. Oh, there we go. I just didn't try hard enough. Okay, so his head moves. Got his medallion. Grenades here. Very big. His rockets. I mean, I appreciate this molding, but there's just something... There's something magical about those molds of the original ones that you used your imagination. They weren't as big or bulky, and I used my imagination. I mean, like, sidearms were molded on, so you would just pretend like, haha, I got you, Snake Eyes, boom, boom, boom. And you just pretended he was holding the gun that was in the holster there, or the knife or anything. Like here, it looks like he has looks like an iPod or a Zune. Who knows? Maybe he's chilling out the tunes while he's selling weapons, or... But that, I mean, that's a pretty good mold. He definitely seems like he holds it to the side. But that's him. We got the file card, which they even changed the colors on this to match the purple tones of the figure. That's pretty cool. And we have his figure stand. So let me put this back in the bag, and we'll see who else we have over here. Oh. We'll put him with Dusty here. Move it down a little bit so they can stay in the frame and watch. Next we have Zartan. Now they had two different Zartans that came out carded. They had this one and then one that was a little bit more in tune with his original figure. It even came with a swamp skimmer cat hair. Now, I don't know if this would change color out in the sun, but his skin tone here kind of has like that tint to it, so who knows? This one less flesh exposed, has long sleeves, doesn't have the midriff shirt, has a Cobra logo. Not as bulky as the Destro with the arms. These I would almost seem like afraid I'll break. Yeah, I almost feel like I'm going to break it. So let's not mess with it too much. Legs work fine. I got the double knee. Have his knife holstered here. So it'd be like that for the elbow. Okay, this one bends okay. But he came with this very interesting, almost collapsible looking sniper rifle. You can actually see the bullets here in the magazine almost. Big scope, has the cover flipped up. Like I said, it looks small, compact. Pretty good for an assassination, which we know from the comics that Destro is good at. Face sculpt and makeup looks okay. Let's see how the mask fits. Of course, with my chunky arthritic fingers, I guess that's as well as it looks. Oh my, I put glasses on that. It almost looked like me. Yikes. It's a pretty good fit. With how rigid the hood is, you definitely won't fall off. But it doesn't go any deeper on the top, it looks like. On the sides, there's plenty of room. But on the top, it won't slide back anymore. Oh, come on now. Try again if we can get a... No, that's about as good as it goes. Hi, my name is Bob. Would you like to buy insurance, Mr. G.I. Joe man? Oh, no, I'm not Destro. Does he wear the same thing? How embarrassing. No, let me go back to the car to get my briefcase. Do. So we have him, his figure stand, the file cards of all of my carded figures are in my comic, one of my G.I. Joe comic boxes. Well, that's interesting. It looks like circuitry in there. So is it like he can make any mask with this backpack? Like, is that the curse of all G.I. Joe backpacks and things like that? Doesn't want to stay closed. Oh boy, that's going to bug me. Ah, I lost my mask. Anyway, that was Zartan. I'm not sure which version it is. I don't know which one came first out of those two carded ones. We have him. Let's set him down here below Dusty. And next we have, look at that, another Destro. This one's the Iron Grenadier version. Oh boy. Oh, I love the cloth. It's a great callback. And oh my god, this is something I wished for as a kid. I hope I'm noticing this correctly, unless it's molded in there. Ah, yes. I love the fact that he came with a sword. I just hated that it was in the scabbard the whole time. That's one of my biggest beefs with Budo from G.I. Joe, because his samurai sword was in the sheath. And yes, like I said, you can use your imagination. But when you got a sword with a G.I. Joe figure, you wanted to use it. These are a little bit more drastic than the original. A little bit more sharp. In the original, they're more rounded. I love that it has cloth. Let's put that back in here. It has the same decoration on it. And it's on there. It's on his belt. His belt comes off, it looks like. I'm not going to. I don't want to mess anything up. And he comes with a little .38 revolver. Little service pistol. If only he would have came with his chariot. That would have been sweet. This is a nice figure. I like this. I'm really impressed with this. The sword alone impresses me. Sorry, I hope I haven't been off camera. I'm sorry, I haven't even been looking at the camera. I've just been playing with the toys. I apologize if anyone's head is being cut off in the frame. But this is a nice figure. And like I said earlier, this is one of the first times I'm really looking at these because they came right out of the package into the bag. I mean, maybe I played with them enough that I put some of their accessories in their holsters, like that Zartan with the knife, unless they came packaged that way. I can't recall. Wow. Head's a little tight. Maybe that does come with the chroming process. Very impressive. Very happy with this figure. I'm a fan. I was a fan of it originally. So, our last figure is Wild Weasel. A figure I always wanted. I always wanted a Rattler, but never got one. Rattler, sorry, my hillbilly dialect again. Now, this did come in a 2-pack, I believe, with Ace. Here's this, the redemption certificate for Operation Rescue Doc, where you got the Doc figure. Sorry, I'm cutting it off. Now I fear I was cutting off a lot of the figure reviews, so I apologize if I did. Anyway, I did get this. He's still in the shipping box and in the clamshell that the carded figure came in. Wow, look at that. Postmarked by 2008. 12 years ago. Seems like so much longer. Yep, but that was from the comic packs. Oh, here's the ransom note. To whom it may concern. We have Doc. Once we've brainwashed him, he'll be the key to our success of my ultimate evil plan. Only 6 proof-of-purchase stickers can save him. But you'll never collect them in time. In fact, I dare you to try. You'll never make it, and soon I will rule the world. Cobra Commander. The only way you can save your teammate is if you buy stuff. Does this knife come out? Doesn't look like it. This is actually molded in. That's surprising with what I've seen and the reputation of the 25th anniversary line. They definitely changed his costume a little bit. Whoa, look at that! I didn't know you could do that. Wow. Hopefully I didn't break anything. That's awesome. Very neat. I noticed because you could see clear plastic there, so I knew it wasn't painted on. That's wild. Okay, one of the things I loved about him and the original Ace, more so the original Ace, I got to play with one of those growing up, but never a Wild Weasel, was you have the flight records and stuff and the maps there on their legs. So as they're sitting in the cockpit, oh man, he doesn't even really sit that great because of all this combat webbing and belts. But yeah, that's cool. Maybe like Iron Eagle, you can put a Walkman there. Listen to some Queen. One Vision. Nice sculpt, though. Really impressed. They definitely paint the logos and stuff before they put them together. Because look at that. you can't do that while it's made, because you can see part of the Cobra logo goes into his shoulder. That's kind of a disappointment, but kind of cool. Love the silver. I mean, that reminds me a lot of a couple of the red vehicle drivers of Cobra back in the day. Nice sculpting. Looks like he comes with a 45 type of style pistol. Big fan. I really like this. One day, if I ever have more room, I would love to display them all in their stands. But for now, I have them in their boxes and can take them out and play with them like this. But very impressed. It looks like the belt can come off, so if you ever did get a Rattler and wanted to put them in it, you could pop those off and he'd probably sit a lot better. Very cool. Very impressed. Very, very nice figure. Anyway, that's it. Kind of wish I had time to play with more. Well, that just means I need to do more episodes of Fistful of Joes. So anyway, back to me.
Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed looking at some G.I. Joe figures with me. I know I did. So, if you did enjoy this episode, give me a thumbs up. If you got something to say, please leave a comment. I love reading them and I love getting back to everybody. And if you're new around here and you enjoyed this or any of the episodes that are being recommended down below, please hit subscribe. And if you hit that little bell icon, you'll be notified whenever there's a new episode. So, until next time, keep being rad and stay dorky.